If you don't stay down and you never quit, come on over here and sit on the far end of the bench.
I feel like there's a possibility it could look like the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fights, which those are two of the first two.
So. I hope it's a good fight, Jimmy. I really do. But
And Fury can take a right hand from hell, because there's times where I thought Deontay Wilder was going to kill him. He could take a right hand from hell, and he could still come back. Like he can resurrect from quite a few things. All right, we've teased it long enough. I think it's time. Guess the bench. This is the MMA edition.
I'm gonna do MMA. I'm a little shaky, so I hope you gave me some lollipops. Is all I'm gonna say.
I don't know. I don't know if they're lollipops.
I gave you a niche, and I don't know how I'm gonna do about it because I've literally been watching every episode, and the new episode comes out tonight of The Ultimate Fighter, and I literally had no idea what.
And in your niche question, the first part is a lollipop, or at least I think it's going to be a lollipop. The second part, we'll see. Currently, we're tied at 3 points for the summer. We've each done one set of questions so far. We've each gotten 3 out of a possible 5. Remember, the last question is worth 2. If you get it right, you could possibly get a 6 out of 5. Basically, a money ball rack, that's the other thing that we forgot to mention. What do you know the name of the woman? Because I saw it was the biggest thing out of the WNBA All-Star game. She went like 23 consecutive shots in a row.
Sabrina Ionescu, yeah. Sabrina Ionescu. She's a dog.
She was on fire, as NBA Jams would
Steph Curry hasn't hit that many in a money ball rack and 3-point contest, which is the exact same rule. So we'll see if that's ever broken, but Sabrina balled out.
Ridiculous. No, we have 5 questions here. Well, let's go ahead and get started. First question. What member of a famous MMA family owned the UFC and nearly ran it into the ground before initially selling the company?
Let's see if I can pronounce this correctly. Fertitas?
No. Who owned it? Owned it before. The very first owner of a famous MMA jiu-jitsu family. So I'll give you that. So you know the last name.
Is it really the Gracies?
It was the Gracie family. There was a specific Gracie, though.
Royce fought a UFC 1. I know that. Renzo.
That's not a bad guess, because I think there's like 8 initial. Yeah. There's like 8 of the first generation kids where Royce was. And by the way, Royce wasn't the best jiu-jitsu practitioner in the family. He was just the smallest. They wanted to prove that a little guy can take out everybody with their jiu-jitsu.
And he did.
It's close. We'll see how you do with the rest of the questions. I'm willing to give you half a point because
what's the answer?
Horian Gracie.
Horian. Okay, I wouldn't have got that. Henzo, yeah. I know my dad's met, and it's like one of my dad's like jiu-jitsu idols. So those are the 2 main names that I know. I would have never got that. So you don't.
Henzo is the godfather. Henzo, that's the sibling, one of the initial siblings that I believe Henzo is Henner and Huron's dad, the guys that do the Gracie Online Academy. But no, that was, for those of you who didn't know, the Fertitas were the second owners of the UFC. They bought it for about $1 million and a half from Horian Gracie. The other stipulation being Royce had to be on UFC 4. I believe that it was. He fought
like the first 10 UFC cards, I'm pretty sure. My dad was at UFC 1. It was fun fact, where was it located, Jimmy?
McNichols Arena.
Yes, it was here in Denver, Colorado.
McNichols Arena. Don't test me on the stupid shit. No, that
would have been way too easy.
All right. 0 for 1. But question number 2, what other MMA company rivaled the UFC named after an abstract noun?
I don't know if this is an abstract noun, but it's Pride.
It is Pride. It is an abstract.
I don't know what the fucking abstract noun is, I'll be honest with you. So
can you see Pride? Can you see Pride? It's not a physical thing, but it is still a thing.
That's fair. That makes sense. Thank you, T-shirt, for coming and teaching me something today. But I knew it was Pride.
It is Pride. It is the Pride Fighting Championships, famously known for Bob Sapp, and the piss tests were optional. It's basically the who's line of MMA companies.
Very optional.
All right. Question 3. John Jones carries a single loss on his MMA record. What is the name of the fighter who can boast about this accomplishment?
It's a Swede. It's Alexander Gustafsson. It was no? Was that the no contest? I swear it was Gustafsson because Gustafsson was a no contest.
No, it wasn't. He beat Gustafson both times.
No, I swear one. Oh fuck, this is going. I don't know. I thought it was Gustafson.
Matt the Hammer Hamill. Matt Hamill was getting grounded, pounded by a very young John Jones. This was before John Jones had the title. It was before he beat Shogun for the title. It was back. They have the stupid 12-6 elbow rule. So John Jones was on top.
I thought that was the draw with Gustafson, but if it's Hamill, then I'm
Hamill technically won because they disqualified John Jones for illegal 12-6 elbows, even though Hamill had 0 minutes of octagon control.
Literally was a sitting duck, and because John Jones was just wailing on him, didn't do much.
It was not even fight at all. But Matt Hamill is the one person who can say he technically beat John Jones. Technically, he's undefeated. He's the greatest of all time. Nobody's ever come close. Well, Gustafson has come close. That's the only person. I'm interested to see now, and I actually have a video of what I'm talking about. Josh Koscheck defeated Paul Daly after faking damage from what kind of illegal strike?
I know this because I remember I go down UFC rabbit holes. It was a knee to the head that hit his hand, and it just like he literally sold the fuck out of it and got the
He got a point taken away.
Because you can't knee someone in the head on the ground. Yeah, a point taken away basically won the fight.
Got a point taken away, won a split decision. Also, fun fact, that was Paul Daly's last fight in the UFC because afterwards he was a little heated. I'm going to save for those of you who stick around because we'll get to see the punch and the knee that wasn't. But yes, Josh Koscheck did win a fight over Paul Daly after faking damage from an illegal grounded knee. And now into the money.
Koscheck was a fighter that by any means win. Like
I loved him when he was fighting, when he was the first one to beat Diego Sanchez in the UFC. Afterwards, I didn't really care. Like he turned out to be a punk. But I loved him on the initial Ultimate Fighter.
He was entertainment value. That's about it.
Michigan State Wrestling. Shout out Michigan State Spartans. Woo. Moneyball question. What channel initially carried the Ultimate Fighter TV show, and what product did Connor recently promote on last week's episode? Moneyball question. Worth 2 points.
The first one, isn't it Spike TV?
Spike TV was the first.
So I got one. Fuck, what did I fucking do? It wasn't a drink. It wasn't clothing. It wasn't the action figures. Fuck, I literally watched this yesterday. God. Oh my God.
You're going to be so mad when I tell you.
It's not proper 12. Like
it was not proper 12.
No, it's not proper 12. Fuck, what is it? I don't know. Just give me dude wipes. I don't know.
McGregor Fast. Whatever McGregor. It was McGregor Fast Fitness and like the nutrition program.
I don't remember that at all. Obviously, I need to pay more attention.
I was watching it at the bar before I walked into the Burt Kreischer show. It was because he showed up because he doesn't show up to any of the morning practices. He only shows up to the night practices.
He doesn't show up to the weigh-ins. Doesn't do anything. Michael Chandler's holding their hand basically throughout the whole time. Yeah, that's why he's lost in a row.
Holding the hands of the veterans, the guys that have been in the UFC before that don't fucking need it. They should have switched the coaches at least. That's stupid. But no, it was. I saw him blaze in, blaze out, and then the next commercial, McGregor Fast. Hello. I'm Conor McGregor, here for McGregor Fast.
Yeah,
well, coach your team. Just coach your team.
Your team's lost every single fight, and obviously I'm gonna watch tonight's episode, but I would take a guess he got swept. It's like a wild guess because he's facing Chandler's number one guy.
Yeah, no, it's probably a good possibility that he did lose. Wouldn't that make him 0-2 in the 2 times that he's been coach on the UFC?
I don't know.
Pretty sure his last team, because that was the year that Artem was on it. I can't remember.
Was it with Dillashaw or was it?
It was
Garbrandt, or was it Garbrandt?
No, because Garbrandt was an assistant coach for Dillashaw's team. It was Dillashaw.
No. It was Uriah Faber and
yes.
And Garbrandt was like snake in the water or whatever, and that whole thing went down.
All right, so out of a possible 6,
I got 3.
You got 3. So
you're consistent. I'm consistently 50%.
Consistently 50%. That makes Niko, puts him at 6 points for the summer. Remember, whoever wins the trivia by the end of the summer will get a head start in the NFL pick'em. And see, Niko's sweating me so far on all of that. So I'm really hoping that I at least win the trivia so I can have that little bit of an uptick on him. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed the live show. Anything else you want to touch on before we tell everybody the handles and send everybody off on their way?
The Denver Nuggets are still NBA champions. Thank you.
Yeah, I might as well. Here we go.
Just going to do that every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I should just leave this up. I should just have this up on the screen no matter what. Be sure to follow us at FEOTB Pod, all social media platforms. Be sure to check out the Variety Sports Network at Variety_Sports_. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe on iTunes. Leave a 5-star rating. Leave a review. If you leave a review, we'll read it on the show. Be sure to check out our new sponsor, OldHumbleDistilling.com. Use promo code Variety Sports, and VSN will pay for your shipping. Continue to rock along with us. We'll have a couple more interesting episodes coming up for you before NFL season starts rearing its ugly head again and we get more back into a sports context. But it's been fun so far. Thank you for spending a majority of your summer break with us up until this point. Hopefully you enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your week. For myself, Jimmy Pilato, my co-host, Niko Bryant, thank you guys very much for tuning in. We will see you next week.
Peace.
If you don't stay down and you never quit, come on over here and sit on the far end of the bench.